deal? What's the deal? It's your boy who is Hendo, and we back talking sports. So, the greatest college coach of all time, in my eyes, Coach K. He came out. I guess he was on the Pat McAfee show. I don't watch the Pat McAfee show. Um, and just like always, ESPN tries to force LeBron down your throat when the GOAT debate comes up. How many times have I told y'all? Not everybody thinks LeBron is next to Jordan, just like not everybody thinks Kobe is next to Jordan. Some people don't think Jordan is the GOAT, and that's fine. It's crazy to me, but I understand. A lot of the OGs, the older people, they don't think Jordan is the GOAT. And it might be crazy to us and people who watched Jordan, but they watched Jordan before we did. It's people that think Dr. J is the GOAT. That's 50, 60 years old. Shout out to Two Raw. He got Wilt as his GOAT. I got Kobe as my GOAT. Some people, the new kids, you didn't heard. Now the new kids is crazy. They be saying some crazy stuff. But you got a lot of people with other credible names. I've seen people from the older baby boomer generation say they think Magic or Bird is the GOAT. So it's other players that people think are the GOATs. But in the consensus, I say about 8 times out of 10, you're going to get Michael Jordan. We at the point where the media has brainwashed enough people, in my opinion, to where you might get LeBron, and then the those that are left out in this real world, you know what I'm saying, gonna say Kobe. So those three really get brought up a lot. Coach K had the opportunity of seeing Jordan, Kobe, and he coached Kobe and LeBron. And of course, I believe he coached Jordan at some point in time, or at least he got to see Jordan play. We know how old he is. How Coach K, like, he never ages. But I want y'all to hear this audio. Um yeah, I want y'all to hear this audio.
I'm going to sit back and watch these guys play 5-on-5, and it would just be electrifying up and down the court. What were some of those things like?
Yeah, well, I was actually had the honor of being an assistant on the Dream Team,
Cool.
so I was there for that game.
See? He was an assistant on the dream team. So he got to see Jordan. And of course, he was the coach on the Redeem team. So he got to see Kobe and LeBron. Let's see what he says.
And I did a really good thing. We only had one official, so one of the assistants were going to have to officiate. And I told Chuck Daly, I said, I'll take all the drills, let PJ Carlissimo officiate. And he got berated. It was one of the best decisions I ever made. I saw it. I said, someone's going to get their butt kicked, and it won't be one of the teams. It's going to be the only official that understands English. And so PJ really got it that day, and they went after it. The Magic team and the Jordan team. There was so much trash talk, and it was terrific. We didn't have practices like that. The teams I coached, uh, we didn't need it, and yeah, it was a different time then. Those guys were taking the NBA culture, Bird, Magic, and all those guys in the '80s, and now they were taking it worldwide. They were on a stage that David Stern saw as an opportunity for the explosion of global basketball. And they were on a mission to be not just good, but to be the best. And no team has ever been more talented than that team. And the way they represented the game that's where the Gasols, the Ginobilis, and these guys, they saw that. I get chills thinking about it because those guys would tell you that. once they saw that, I said, man, that's basketball at the highest level, and now we're doing it internationally. But that scrimmage was unbelievable.
Yeah, I can imagine. And good call by you. I'll take the drill so I don't have to ref this thing and get chewed out. But also, when you talk about what that team's mission was and what Stern laid out, it worked. You talk about Ginobili and them, but now you talk about the international invasion into the NBA. I mean, it's certainly happening. It all has roots back to the Dream Team, and now they were the Beatles everywhere they went. It was rock star type. What they were doing on the court was obviously fantastic. I watched The Last Dance, and I grew up in Pittsburgh. I'd watch the Late Show late. I'd watch the Lakers late at night because they were a good show, but didn't really know as our water softener is going crazy right now up there.
Okay.
I didn't really. It's good. Hey, it's cold weather. We need to soften this thing up. I didn't really know basketball that well. Didn't follow basketball that much. Come from football town, the football town. So then I watched The Last Dance. That was basically me seeing Jordan and everybody for the first time without just watching highlights at the time. The state of basketball then, vastly different than the state of basketball now. The people that were playing basketball then, vastly different than the people playing basketball now. Whenever you hear people try to compare who's GOAT,
And here it goes. They say all that just to get you to talk about the GOAT debate. They always do this. They get you to get to talking about, oh yeah, it was so great back then, and this and that. And then when you start comparing about who's the GOAT, who's your GOAT, MJ or LeBron, they try to do it to you every time. Like it's only two options. The media has tried to brainwash, ain't even tried. They have brainwashed a lot of people into believing it's only two people that could be in the GOAT conversation. Different people have different criteria for the GOAT. I might have a different criteria for somebody else. But one thing I do know is there's more than just two people in the GOAT debate. Now, who is 9 times out of 10 name going to come up when it comes to a GOAT? Jordan. It's as simple as that. I'm a Kobe fan, and Kobe is my GOAT, and I'm saying that.
who's GOAT. What are your thoughts on that? And how many different iterations of basketball have happened, do you think, since you've had a front row seat to all of it?
Yeah, quite a bit, because obviously the NBA, I work for the NBA now, and for 3 years, and about 30% of the players are international. I think our last 6 MVPs are international. It's tough to say. People like to argue that because then they can drink and give crap to one another while they're doing it, but which is great for the sport. But the best player that I've ever been associated with is Jordan. And then there are a number of other people that he can allow into his room, okay, and a limited number of them. But it starts with I think with Michael. I will tell you one thing about international players now. That's been the biggest change.
Why is that? Why is that Michael Jordan number one, you think? Is it because of his competitive?
He's a killer, for Christ's sake. And,
now watch this.
He got bored and went to play baseball for a while. And then still came back.
Watch this. Watch how you try to enter LeBron. They try to force LeBron.
And his attitude and work ethic, I love him. And I love, he's the ultimate competitor. Kobe was close in that. He's in that room. There's obviously Magic and Jabbar, and there are a number of them. But
LeBron, Coach K.
I'm not going to say one more. But let me tell you this thing about
LeBron is not in the room.
No, LeBron is in there.
Okay. Jeez.
He's not selling tickets outside.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to know for my
his career. LeBron and I are close, man. He helped us win. I love coaching LeBron.
Yeah,
I want to say this thing about college.
Cool, so you heard it. Like, what are we doing? Like, what do we do? What was that?
LeBron! Did you hear him? Just meat gobbling. He ain't like, Coach K clearly tried to make him feel better.
You know, and it still came back. You know, no,
He
you know,
clearly tried to make him feel better, bro.
and
He
his
got so
attitude
mad. He mentioned like
and
4 other
work ethic,
names
I
than
love
LeBron.
and I love. Yeah, he was the ultimate competitor. Kobe was close.
Kobe was close. This is Coach. What you gonna say? Coach K don't know. He don't know basketball. Coach K don't know basketball. What are you gonna say? Oh, Coach K didn't like LeBron. That what y'all gonna say? What narrative are y'all gonna come up with this time? Told y'all, Twitter not real life. The media is not. Do not speak for everybody.
In that he's in that room. There's obviously Magic and Jabbar and there are a number of them. But
LeBron, Coach K.
no, I'm not going to say one more. But let me tell you this thing about
LeBron is not
See,
in the room.
see, he tried to move on. He tried to move on, bro. He tried to get him to force him to say that LeBron was number one, or LeBron. He don't think LeBron in that room. You can't force him to think that. People like him, people like Michael Wilbon, you don't force them to say stuff. They say how they feel. You heard what he said. Kobe. Kobe. You heard what he said, bruh. You heard what he said. Like, that's pathetic, bro. That's why we told y'all they bought and paid for it, bro. They are bought and paid for. Bought and paid for, bro. All of them on ESPN. And we know Nick Wright and them bought paid for. These boys is bought and paid for. If you don't mention LeBron not? No, nigga, he don't think he in that room. That's pathetic, bro. Pathetic attempt. They have been trying, bro. They have been doing this they've been doing this since 2016. For real. Since he came back from that 3-1 lead, they've been trying to force him into the GOAT debate. It's 10 years. 10 years they've been trying to force everybody to say LeBron is the GOAT. Appreciate that. Pull up. Appreciate that. They try to force everyone. I need y'all to hear that again, bro. This man just tried to force Coach K, the greatest coach of all time. This shit is crazy, bro.
Give crap to one another while
Man, I gotta catch you on the day you doing a pod, bro. Cause I be missing it, and then Buki gotta come tell me what I was talking about. I try to tap in when I can, but I can never get you. I always get you when you breaking down something by yourself. So let me know the next time you doing a panel so I could come in from the beginning. Cause I always come in like towards the end, or it'd be late at night and shit.
while they're doing it, but which is great for the sport. But the best player that I've ever been associated with is Jordan. And then there are a number of other people that he can allow into his room. Okay, and a limited number of them. But it starts with I think with Michael. Yeah, I will tell you one thing about international players now. That's been the biggest change.
Why is that? Why is that Michael Jordan number one? You think?
See, look, why is? Okay, bet. I'll be up late, but bet. You see, why is that? Why is that? It's competitiveness. No, nigga, because he won 6-0. Because he was the dominant player of that era. For a long moment of time, he was the best offensive and one of the best defensive players in the league. Among a whole bunch of other things. The media just cannot accept that people they don't have to have LeBron as their GOAT. They don't have to have LeBron in the top two. Some people don't. And they just can't fathom that. They can't fathom that because we remember back in the day. I remember how they used to talk about LeBron before all the Undisputeds and Nick Wrights and all this came about. I remember way, way back, the King without a ring. I remember how they used to really talk about LeBron when media wasn't bought and paid for. When you had real people in the media that didn't care, you couldn't pay them. When ESPN, Stuart Scott, and all of them, when ESPN was real, the Jim Rome show and all that, when shit was real authentic commentary. That shit is bought and paid for now, bro. It's bought and paid for. You criticize an athlete, hey, what's up? What's going on? I watched Chris Bosh get called Bosh Spice to his face. They say it all the time, BJ. They say it all the time. I got LeBron 6. And they say I'm hating. I'm like, bruh, how am I hating? I've been watching him since 2003, since St. Vincent, St. Mary. How am I hating? Like, how am I hating, bro? Like, because I don't think he better than Kobe. How am I hating? How is that hating? Brother, like...
You think it's because of his
He's
competitive...
a killer. He's a killer, for Christ's sake. And he could do anything. He got bored and went to play baseball for a while, and then still came back. No, he and his attitude and work ethic. I love him, and I love. He's the ultimate competitor. Kobe was close in that. He's in that room.
They can't stand to hear that. They can't stand to hear this. They can't stand to hear this.
The ultimate competitor. Kobe was close in that. He's in that room. There's obviously Magic.
They hate to hear that. Kobe was close. He in that room. He said Magic. He said Kareem. LeBron. You can't force it. And the more you force it, the more people don't want to give it to him. Don't want to say it. He just literally forced this man to put him in that room. He wasn't thinking about LeBron. He said, I can't say one more. And then he just gave it to him. He was like, all right, man, he in that room. Here, nigga, damn. That's what they gave him. Here, nigga, damn. Okay, he in the room with him. Like, y'all pathetic. ESPN, y'all pathetic.
And, there are a number of them. But
LeBron, Coach K.
No, I'm not going to say one more. But
I'm not going to say one more. That's all he had. He tried to move on. LeBron not in that room? Emotional, bro. Emotional. This is a football guy, by the way. Pat McAfee is an ex-football player. So, he don't even, like, bro. Come on, bro.
But let me tell you this thing about...
LeBron is not in the room?
No, LeBron is in there.
Okay. Jeez.
He's not selling tickets outside.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to...
Okay. He in there. Like, man, y'all niggas is weird. Y'all weird as hell, bro. Y'all weird, bro. I still got him behind Bird personally, but I feel you. That's who I got in front of him too. Well, I don't have Magic in front of him. I ain't gonna lie to you. And it's really... The only reason is I'm not gonna lie to you. The only reason is because of maybe I'm biased with the two-way aspect of it. That's really the only reason. But I don't disagree with anybody having Magic in front of Bron. But I definitely got Duncan, Jordan, Kobe, Kareem, and then I think I got Bird. I got Bird instead of Magic in front of him. I flip-flop between him being... I got LeBron 7th. I forgot. I got LeBron 7th because I got Steph 6th. I moved Steph up after the gold medal shit. I did. I moved Steph up after the gold medal shit. But it's just ridiculous, bro, how they try to pander and how they try to force you to put LeBron in the conversation that you don't think he in. You heard Coach K. He clearly was trying to move on to the next subject. This man, LeBron. Like, damn, nigga. We don't even do that with Kobe. If somebody don't got Kobe in their top 5, I might ask why. If they say some dumb shit, all right, I ain't arguing with you. If they say something that's valid, I'm like, okay, all right, I feel, all right, you value this or this, and that. I'm not finna, if you don't think he in that conversation, that's your opinion. This is the media, bro. The media does this, bro. They didn't do this for Jordan. They didn't do this for Kobe. They didn't do this for none of them. They try to force. That's facts with me. Well, see, Bird made 3 all defensive teams. I think he was actually a solid defender. Personally, I actually think he's a solid defender. So, yeah, I got Bird, Magic, and Steph in my top 10. I think all 3 of them was. I think Bird actually was an okay defender. I watched a whole bunch of them. He actually was okay defender. He wasn't so much offensive like people try to make you believe. He wasn't no lockdown defender. But a couple of those years, I went and watched a lot of those games from the 3 defensive teams he made. But I agree with you. That's what I struggle with for sure. That's why my top 10 changed all the damn time. Well, my top 5 don't really change like that. They might change within each other, but my top 10 change all the time because it's hard to really gauge. It's real tough to make a top 10 list. I don't think people understand how tough it is to make a top 10 all-time list. Somebody's gonna get slighted. Somebody gonna be like, man, what? He should be higher. He should be lower. That nigga shouldn't even be in the top 10. It's really tough to keep a solid top 10. I haven't done it since I've been on the channel. I done changed my top 10 maybe about 3-4 times. What up, though, Cheyenne? What up? What up, though? But yeah, pull up. I'll definitely be tapping in tonight for sure. Because I've been missing the last couple times. I know I tapped in the last time. Then it was windy as hell over here. My shit went out. Whole Wi-Fi went out. I had to tap back in. But shout out to everybody, man, tapping in this video. I had to talk about this because it's ridiculous what they do when people don't mention LeBron when Jordan comes up. The man clearly did not want to name LeBron in the same conversation. Now, he know who to do that to. Yeah, that's true. It's disgusting, bro. I'ma holler at y'all. Y'all can catch me on my boy BJ channel tonight. I'll definitely be popping in on the panel. I also will be doing a panel this Friday because the playoffs is about to come. So okay. But yeah, I'll definitely be doing a panel this Friday. So I'm actually about to, get the word out now. So tap in this Friday. I'm definitely doing a panel about, what I'm saying, just this, like, this media. Where do we think the media played a part? Where do we think the media played a part in this GOAT debate shit? So I appreciate y'all for tapping in. Go subscribe to my boy BJ Pull Up Basketball Podcast. Great basketball mind. What I'm saying? Go subscribe to my boy. Real dude. So I'ma holler at y'all, man. Peace.